Hey, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. That's it. The French government put a hit on Candace Owens. Yes, I said it. A hit on Candace Owens, which she tweeted on her Facebook page and Instagram as well. And what to make of this? I have to say, I believe everything that she tweeted because it is true. My thing is, and my question to you guys, if Candace is lying about the things that she's been investigating in Charlie Kirk and she's producing receipts and text messages and evidence to the sort and everything that she's saying makes logical sense. Makes logical sense. And if there's something that she's lying, she's out of her mind, she's still going through the grief process, they're diagnosing her, why put a hit on her? If you're telling the public that she's lying, not to listen to, why put a hit on her? You know why they're putting a hit on her? Because she's close. She's close to the truth, you guys. She is so close that it's terrifying our government, terrifying the Egyptian government, terrifying the French government, because she is getting close to the truth. What happened to Charlie Kirk on 9/10? Think about it. If she didn't have any proof, and all she's saying on her podcast is a bunch of lies and just ridiculous accusation. Why even try to put a hit on her? They were just like, okay, whatever. She's just talking out of her ass. We're not going to listen to her. But no, they're making threats and putting a hit on her along, with journalist Xavier Pritchard. Why? Why? So to me, she's onto something, and she's very close to getting to the bottom of the truth, and it terrifies them. It terrifies them because the only person that's actually making sense to the whole assassination of Charlie Kirk is Candace Owens, because the director of FBI, Cash Patel, he's not saying anything. He's useless. He's one of the corruptions, in my opinion. Okay, he said that my friend, Charlie Kirk is my friend, whatever. What friend? You failed him. You didn't do anything. You did the bare minimum. You did not investigate. You did not follow the money from Turning Point USA. You didn't do your diligence. You didn't do anything. And then you call Charlie Kirk your friend. What a slap on the wrist. That's just ridiculous to me. He should be fired. He should resign because he did the bare minimum. Because before this whole thing happened with Charlie Kirk, he was so advocate of releasing the Epstein files, releasing this, releasing that, transparency, that. And I know I'm off topic here, but none of that either. You know what I mean? And now that he's a director of FBI, this Charlie Kirk was assassinated on 9/10 in front of the whole world. And you're not doing anything to further along the investigation. And I know that, Tyler Robinson, he's in jail right now, and then you just try not to temper the investigation, whatever. But that's your job, to investigate everyone. And like I said in the past, Tyler Robinson is not the shooter. He is some type of involvement during the assassination, but he's not the shooter. And you know this. You know what I mean? Cash Patel knows this, that what really happened to Charlie Kirk, who really assassinated him. But they're going to let this guy, this young student, take the fall for a murder that he didn't even really commit. And to me, that's sinister. It's not biblical for a man to take the fall of assassination when he didn't have any part to do with it. You know what I mean? And it is crazy to me. So I'm going to read to you Candace Owens, what she tweeted in her entirety, and I'm just going to comment on that. Urgent. 2 days ago, I was contacted, by a high-ranking employee of the French government. After determining this person's position and proximity to the French couple, I deemed the information had gave me they're credible enough to share publicly. In the event that something happens, in short, this person claims that the Macrons have executed upon and paid for my assassination. Yes, you read that correctly. Most specifically, the green light was given to a small team in National Govemnent intervention group. I am told there is one Israeli that is on this assassination squad, and the plans were formative. Again, this person provided concrete proof that they are well placed within the French government primacy. Further to this point, this person claims that Charlie Kirk assassin trained with the French Legion, the 13 bearing with multiple state involvement. Journalist Xavier Persard's life is also at risk. This is deadly serious. The head of state of French apparently wants us both dead and has authorized professional units to carry this out. I ask that every person retweet and share this. I don't know who in the American government can be trusted, since this source claims our leader are aware. But I have more specific information which is definitely verifiable. Should they care to reach out to me? To the brave official in France who did this because they were so moved by the evil of Charlie public execution to risk their own life. May God bless you truly. Let all be revealed. Amen. So the thing that I want to point out of this tweet that Candace Owens said, that our government is aware of this, okay, and they haven't reached out to her, according to Candace Owens in this tweet that she said. And this, I have retweeted what she said to my Instagram and TikTok as well, and also my YouTube channel as well. I have retweeted this because it's just alarming and it's upsetting to me that Candace Owens, all she wants is get to the truth. What happened to Candace? What happened to Charlie Kirk on 9/10? And it seems like they're trying to prevent that. They're trying to kill her for her to expose the truth. So to me, Candace Owens is onto something. She's very closer than she probably realized, okay, that she is onto the right path. And what our government and the French government they're trying to eliminate that. And also the Israeli government as well. Let's be clear. We all know that it's not the Egypt plane. We all know this. It's not the Egyptian plane that landed on Utah. Okay, let's just get serious. You know it, and I know the whole world knows it. But we could just go to pretend that it's an Egyptian plane. Okay, my thing is, I just don't understand how our government is allowing this. How our government, well, you know what? Let me pause. Let me rewind back. I'm not surprised because our government don't need to protect their own. They don't need to protect their interests. They don't give a damn who is going to be in a crossfire. They don't give a damn what they need to do. They're going to eliminate and kill as much people as much as they can for the truth not to come out. Look what they did to Charlie Kirk. Look what they did to him in broad daylight. To send a message to Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson. Okay? Because according to Candace Owens, which I was not aware of this, when Candace Owens was doing her series on becoming Brigitte, and she was, laying down everything about this man transition to a woman, how this man seduced a 14-year-old young boy, Emmanuel Macron, and he was 39, okay, which that is, what's the crime? Not sexual assault. To be, at the end of the day, pervert, okay, a pedophile, okay, a 39 grooming and having sex with a 14-year-old, okay, some type of attraction that, well, it's not Brigitte, Jean Cromon, I can't even pronounce his last name, but Jean, okay, his legal name, and then he transitioned to Brigitte. 39 pursued a 14-year-old, okay, when he was a teacher and he was a student, Emmanuel, okay, it's just disgusting. It's just pedophile, you know what I mean? And even though this happened in French, the France government, and that have nothing to do with us because we're in the United States. But the whole point is, it's disgusting. It's just all perverted that this man, 39 years old, seduce a 14-year-old. Now, I don't know the laws in the French government as far as like age goes. What's the limit? I was told maybe 16 or 17, that a 16 or 17-year-old can pursue an adult. That's their law. That's their country. To me, it's just ludicrous to me. It should be 18 and older. It should not be a minor, to be honest with you. But 14, that's very young. That's statutory rape. Okay, that's what the man did. That's what Jean, whatever his last name, I can't even pronounce it, and I'm not going to even try to butcher it. That's what he did with Emmanuel Macron. Statutory rape. Okay, he seduced a 14-year-old, a man to a young little boy. Okay, Emmanuel Macron. Disgusting. So it's not like Candace Owens just went to the French newspaper and just started, investigating a random person. This story fell into her lap when she was on the Daily Wire, and it caught her interest, and she wanted to investigate. And then when she investigated, put two and two together, say, this woman is a man, was born as a man, and it just caught her interest, and she exposed the truth. When he was born. Brigitte Macron was born as a man, okay, and transitioned as a woman, which there's nothing wrong with that. People are doing it now. This is 2025. It's no longer taboo anymore. But the issue was that he was 39 and Emmanuel was 14. That's the problem that we're lying here. And I believe in the French government that's still statutory rape, because again, you have to be 16 or 17 for it to be consensual, and he was 14 at the time. So anyway, I just feel like when Candace Owens did Becoming the Brigitte series, Brigitte Macron didn't like that. Obviously, she sued her, even though it was ludicrous and ridiculous to do that when Candace Owens lives in Tennessee, you live in Paris, France. Like, why would you try to sue a journalist because she's just talking about that you are a pedophile and you're a pervert, and she's doing her podcast in her basement? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, so he didn't like that too much, so that's why he sued her. And I just feel like he was just throwing everything off, especially when it happened to Charlie Kirk, assassination. And the thing is, when she said that, the French government and our government is aware of this, and they're not doing anything about it. And to me, that is concerning. That is concerning. And what I was not aware of either, like I was saying when she was talking about, when she was doing her series, Charlie Kirk was the one that told Candace Owens originally to pump the brakes, not to continue doing her series. And I didn't know that at the time, and I wish I would have put two and two together that, that makes sense, that Charlie Kirk was the one that told Candace Owens to put a pause on it. And she even mentioned it too on her show, that it was Charlie Kirk was the one that told her, because she mentioned in her couple episodes, in her past episode, that someone told her that put the brakes. I thought it was probably President Trump, but it wasn't. And then it dawned on me that Charlie Kirk has, access to the White House as well, because he helped, President Trump, to become our president today. So it didn't occur to me that Charlie Kirk was the one who reached out to Candace Owens and told Candace Owens to put a pause on it. It makes a lot of sense now that Candace Owens is talking about it on her show. It makes a lot of sense. But I'm going back to this tweet that Candace Owens saying, and I just want to go back and read this to you. Xavier Persard's life is also at risk. This is deadly. The head of the state of France apparently want us both dead, but but has authorization professional units to carry this out. I ask that every person retweet and share this. I do not know who in American government we can trust. Pause. You can't trust anyone in our government. Maybe a small fraction of it. But I just feel like in our American government, they're all corrupt. They're all shady. They know who killed Charlie Kirk. And they're trying to cover it up. They're trying to cover it up. They're trying to make it go away because we haven't heard anything about the investigation. The only information that we've been hearing and getting is from Candace Owens. That's about it. Other than that, from FBI Director Kash Patel, nothing. Not a tweet. That's why he's just useless. He should be resigned or fired because he is absolutely pointless to this, and he mentioned on one of his press conferences in Utah that Charlie Kirk was your friend. That's not a friend. Because if that was truly your friend, if Charlie Kirk was truly your friend, you will go beyond. You will go hell on earth to find out what really happened to him. You will follow the money. You will investigate the people at Turning Point USA. You will investigate everyone and rule everyone out. Everyone's a suspect, okay, including me. But he didn't do that. We got our number one guy, Tyler Robinson. He's the main guy. He's the one who assassinated, and that's it. End of story. When none of the story, that the narrative that they're telling the public makes sense at all. It doesn't make any sense. But they got their guy. So they're going to let this innocent man take the lethal injection and kill him when they already knew who really killed Charlie Kirk. They already know. They already know who did it. But they're going to let a young college student take the fall for it when they already knew who did it in the first place. To me, that is sinister. To me, that is wrong. To me, that is so not biblical. For the government, to take another person's life who didn't really kill Charlie Kirk. Did he have a small part of it? Yes, and I stand by that. But did he pull the trigger? No, he did not. There are other multiple people that were involved with this. And the FBI, our government, is willing to let that young college student take the fall for it to cover their tracks. This is why I don't trust the FBI, the CIA, the Secret Services, the DEA, MI6. I don't trust none of them because they're all corrupt. They're all corrupt. And we all need to wake up our eyes, you guys, and realize this. They're all corrupt because when people tell the truth about what's really happening, they end your life. They try to kill you. They're trying to kill Candace Owens and Xavier Broussard because they're close. Like I said, you guys, Candace Owens is getting to the truth, okay? They want her dead, okay? Why is that? If she is not telling the truth, if she's not producing receipts, if she's not producing evidence, why try to end her life? Why try to kill her? No, you know why? Because she is more closer than you realize. She is one closer to the truth, to expose everything, and they don't want that. Our government don't want that. They don't want her. They don't want her to allow her to expose the corruption and the truth. So they want her dead. And according to Candace Owens in her episode that I watched, that the assassination of Charlie Kirk was not meant for Charlie Kirk. It was meant for her, according to Candace Owens, what she said. They were trying to prove a point and teach her a lesson that, listen, you need to watch your step. You need to watch your back. Because if you can assassinate Charlie Kirk in front of the world and the public in broad daylight, we can do it to you. We can do it to Tucker Carlson. We can do it to anyone if you don't shut your mouth. But we should not live in fear, okay? We should not live in fear of speaking the truth. And I just don't understand by telling the truth and being honest that we have to be killed for it. I don't understand that. Why are you trying to kill a mother, a wife, someone's sister, someone, you know what I mean, someone's friend? Why would you try to eliminate Candace Owens for speaking the truth? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Why do that? Because they are terrified. Our government is terrified that the truth is going to be exposed of what really happened to Charlie Kirk and why they killed him, why they assassinated him. And we have to open our eyes as Americans that we can't trust our federal government. Because if they're capable of doing that, putting threats on this woman, Candace Owens, among other people, what makes you think they can't do it to all of us by exposing just the truth, not lies, the truth? What makes you think that they won't do it to me or you or anyone else? That makes no sense. That's what I'm saying. Our government is corrupt. They only care about themselves. It's all about power, money, greed, and that's it, to cover things up and to keep us in check. If you say too much, we're going to destroy your life. We're going to sue you. We're going to bankrupt you. We're going to eliminate you. We're going to try to threaten your family, your friends, whatever it takes to shut you up. And that's not how it should be, especially when we're trying to seek the truth. And the government don't want that. They want to control us. And I've been saying that to my families, to my friends, but I think I'm just talking craziness. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just ignorant. I'm just not smart enough. I'm like, I can read between the lines. I am not dumb. I don't have to go to Harvard or Yale or any university to have common sense. Okay, I have common sense. I can read. I see what's in front of me. Okay, and what I'm seeing right now that our government is full of corruption. Okay, full of corruption. When you tell the truth, when you present evidence, when you present things that's backing your claim, they don't want to hear it because they know that you're getting close to the truth and they don't want that truth to be exposed because guess what? If it does get exposed and we know the truth about our government, then what? We're not going to listen to our government. We're not going to listen to what they say because everything that comes out of their mouth is lies. It's not really factual truth because they're not capable of telling the truth. They're capable of telling lies and covering it up for their own benefit. You get what I'm saying? And that's what they fear for of. Because think about it. It's all of us versus them. What they're going to do, kill all of us? Think about it. If we take a stand and say no more to corruption, no more of this, you think they're going to kill all of us, wipe us all out? Get serious here. They can't do that. They can try, but they will be unsuccessful. And that's what they are afraid of, that it may happen. You know what I mean? And what I'm saying is the government control us. They want us in check. They want us to be dumb and stupid. They don't want us to think. They don't want us to have common sense. They want us to believe what they're telling us, which I clearly don't. I don't believe anything that they're saying because, again, all lies. They're not capable of telling the truth. All they're capable of is just covering their ass and making sure that they're higher rank and making sure that they're controlling us and telling us what to believe. And I don't believe anything what the government is saying. And all I can say is that God is in control. I trust our God. He's a faithful God. He's a loyal God. And I know that God is going to protect Candace Owens and his family. And it's not going to stop her for exposing the truth. And if it's her time to go, it's her time to go. At least, and I hope and pray that it doesn't come to that. But God forbid, if something happened to Candace Owens, we all know what happened to her. The government did it. The government killed her. Okay? The government assassinated her because she is speaking the truth and she exposing the truth of what's going on. Okay? So God forbid, if something happens to her, then you know. That's why she has that kill switch. That's why she's telling everyone to retweet what she posted on Facebook and Instagram. Just if something happens to her, God forbid, that the government got her, the Israeli government, the French government. They have a hit on her. They have a hit on her and Xavier Broussard too. If anyone don't know who Xavier Broussard, he's the one who did the investigation of Brigitte Macron. He's the one who investigated that Brigitte Macron was actually a man and born as a man. Okay? You are born as a penis, you're going to die having a penis. Okay? Bottom line. Sorry, guys. Bottom line. Okay? They want him dead too. Okay? They're going to try to eliminate and kill everyone as much as possible because of exposing the truth. And to me, that's crazy. To me, that's dangerous. And again, we should not be fearful of speaking the truth. We should not be fearful because our government and other people are trying to shut us up. No, we should be talking more louder, more prouder, and presenting the truth. Okay? For me, I'm not afraid of death. If it's God's will, it's God's will to let me go and I go to the kingdom of paradise. At least I'd be better off, to be honest with you, compared to what's happening here and on this earth. Because there's a lot of lies, a lot of corruption, no honesty, no transparency, no seeking the truth, and especially what happened on 9/10 with Charlie Kirk. That shouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? For a man who's a man of God and put his family, God, his family, and his country first, and for someone to assassinate him like that in broad daylight for the public to teach Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson a lesson that if we can do this to Charlie Kirk in broad daylight, it can happen to you. Basically, know your place. Know your place. Know your place. Because if you don't know your place, we're gonna get you too. And the crazy thing is, Andrew Corvette, the spokesperson of Turning Point USA, told Candace Owens that they You should. What did he say? That someone like they are coming after you and Tucker Carlson, but he never mentioned to Candace Owens who they was. Like you should just pump the brakes and not mention anything because there's a threat against your life and Tucker Carlson life, but he never mentioned the names. So my thing is, since Charlie Kirk is no longer here, someone told Andrew Kovac, spokesperson of Turning Point USA, he told Candace Owens, listen, they told Andrew, to tell Candace Owens, you need to get a handle on this. You need to tell Candace Owens, like, if she don't stop this, and she don't stop pursuing this, that something may happen to her and Tucker Carlson. There may be some action occurring. Like, we're going to take a hit on her, okay? But Andrew Kovac never told Candace Owens who they was. But I believe that Andrew Kovac knew who it was, and he failed to mention to Candace Owens. And I believe, if someone's threatening my life, I at least have the right to know who's going to kill me, who wants to eliminate me. And Candace Owens has every right to know who is trying to eliminate her. And I feel like Andrew Kovac should give her those names. Don't you think, you guys? He should give her those names. And I believe it's the French government, the Israeli government, one of them, the people that's just like you said in her tweet, and among our American government. To me, it's just despicable. It's sad that you're trying to eliminate a mother of four, a wife, for only speaking the truth, to get to the bottom of the truth what happened on 9/10. And all you're trying to do is cover your tracks, protect your asses, instead of exposing what happened to Charlie Kirk. To me, that's sad. To me, we have to wake up and open our eyes, guys, to see what's going on here. You get what I'm saying? See what is going on here. The government is not for us. The government don't give a two shits about us. They don't. It's all about them. And it's all about just putting us in check. That's it. To try to control us, control our mind, control the way our thinking, control the narrative. And a lot of people are waking up. A lot of people are waking up. No, we're not doing this anymore. We're not trusting the government because the government is full of lies. It's the devil. That's what it is. The government is the devil. I'm sorry to say that, but it is. I'm not entertaining it. I'm not believing the devil because what the devil do is lie, steal, and kill. And that's exactly what the government is doing. Full of corruption, lie, steal, and kill. And I trust my God, and I know that God is good, and I know that God will protect Candace Owens and her family. And God forbid if it's Candace Owens' time to go, then His will be done. But at least the truth will be exposed. At least Candace Owens got a kill switch that she released a lot of information to other people so other people can finish the job of what Candace Owens started. And at the end of the day, we should not let fear stop us from speaking the truth. We should not let fear, dictate to us of getting to the bottom of the truth. And that's what the government wants. They want us to be fearful. They want us to shut us up. They want us not to say anything and then trying to threaten us. No. The only person that we should be fearful is our God. That's the only person we should be fearful. We should not be fearful of flesh because they're not the one that died on the cross for our sins. Jesus Christ did, not anyone else. Now, that's why I don't understand why people are so fearful of not speaking up the truth and not doing the right thing. And majority of the people are doing the right thing by reaching out to Candace Owens, telling Candace Owens what's going on. And I love that. You know what I mean? Because they see what's going on and they're sick of it, just like me, just like among other people. We are sick of the lies. We are sick of the BS that our government is telling us. And enough is enough. We're all opening our eyes. We're not dumb. We're not stupid. We're not ignorant. We know what's going on. We're on to you. You think that we're dumb, but we're not. And you will not rest. Candace Owens will not rest until we find out what happened to Charlie Kirk. And I'm telling you, the truth is going to come out sooner than you realize. I predicted next year that we will know what really happened and who really killed Charlie Kirk and why they killed him. That's my prediction. I could be wrong. It could be the end of this year. It could be the end of the year. All the truth will be exposed. But I predict next year, but time will tell. At the end of the day, God is the way, the life, and the truth. He will seek the truth. He will bring it to the light. Okay, everyone, the government, our government trying to leave everything in the dark. FBI, DEI, CIA, MI6, Secret Services. You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you can. Money, this and that. Things are going to be exposed. You cannot, what's the word? You cannot stop what God is doing. You cannot. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how much power you have. You cannot stop what God is doing. You can't. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching. And I will see you guys next time. Take care and God bless.